Well, yes, I found in the one person who didn't like the fact, or thought they knew rather, didn't like the fact that I was making YouTube videos and taking advantage of the acoustics out here at 3 in the morning. I also did sound tests because I was trying to find a lurker as well, multi-purposed, of course. You know, because I'm trying to figure out why I'm getting so much distortion in my own residency at that point where I can't even use my frickin' laptop's frickin' fancy recording software. Oh, and by the way, many pardons, but I was gonna do a test run with just my Bluetooth going, but it's been a rough go so far, but at least all bases are covered. And speculation aside, I've got nothing but motivation to fuck around with a double slit experiment using sound waves instead. Just like that, wall bounces clear back. Probably goes that far back at room temperature, by the way. So I was studying the acoustics literally and physically. I even have a sound meter for this shit, but not handy at this point, because I'm just grabbing this Happy Birthday America beer, Steel Reserve, my buddy Squirrel back in New Orleans. Oh, better times. Fucking swear. Even those were more innocent times even back then. I'll try to get some of these innocent times back, and I'll say what, if I can get back to just having my good old weekend beer and proper medical marijuana, I'll at least get back into being able to actually do some of my really good stuff I've got scripted and ready. And for the meantime, my plate's been kind of full, so to speak. Like right now, let's see, the reality check of it. I don't know officially how long I can hold out, at least until the court date officially. Thought it was a ding. Thought it was a freaking roach. Yeah, my light's on just like you thought I was talking to myself. I'm swear at the butt end of the joke, ladies and gentlemen. There's an inside-outside joke kind of thing going on with you people who didn't realize I was making YouTube videos and doing science and reality-type TV stuff, documenting my own life. I also do some political satire, religious comedy. Just I didn't feel like regurgitating everything over and over again, but at this point it kind of is, because it's my impetus, you see. Pretty much every one of my videos has my very legal premise, impetus, and official business of what I'm doing in it. Usually in the first 5 minutes or so. I cover all the bases and go, all right, ready for the video. It's like I've said before, between international journalism laws and American privacy laws, it's a bitch sometimes. Let's just put it that way. So that's why most of my stuff was originally just me pointing it at the camera at me at that point. But what I really want to do, and I've kind of brainstormed it before, but I haven't done the test run because I don't have enough storage space to run 2 cameras. I'd have to make an ample investment, just like I need to kind of get like some camera glasses. But that's going to be a big investment. So, disclaimers aside, Everything around here has already been done. Plus, after last night, things getting hijacked effectively. At least, see, it's on the ground. But anyway, I had someone think I was taking it off there. I don't know, one of these days I'll be able to go back to just drinking wine, but for the meantime, I've been drinking holistically, just for the hops. I've looked through all of this. As far as tonics go, or hell, even a mineral drink at that point would even work out better. But the hops is antispasmodic, so that's literally it. Everything else through here is either a malt or an ale, or just plain, well, American beer. And this is really the closest. This and I fix that real quick. This and what is it? Yeah, Voodoo Rangers are the only two equivalents to actual European drinking at this point. You can speak for yourself, buddy.
A pack of 24/7 Red Kings.
Yes. Swear.
My backpack's
Small town, right? Small freaking world, different time, different place, different face, so I just need glasses. My health insurance for glasses gets kicked on literally this month, so don't have to squint everywhere no more. Though it's doing it through. Yeah, I might almost try one of these other ones next week if I'm gonna make my monthly investment in it. But
oh, can I get a $2 cash word as well? I'm sorry. That's my fault.
Right? Or when you sneeze, it's like...
At least you know a number. The $2 cash word is.
Monopoly password
or
regular?
Regular, if you have it.
No.
Number.
Cash Explosions, $2 one.
Monopoly one's fine. Whichever. I'm not picking.
Fireworks.
I've been everything's Cash Explosion. I think their birthday or anniversary is coming up again, so. Hey, I used to be more hip to these damn lottery ticket things. Not much of a scratch off guy, but
I'll see you in a couple hours.
I used to at least work behind the counter, so.
Right.
Thank you. This one?
Then there's the other thing where I really don't want to just go right all the way back to the dang house at this point, but it is what it is. On this crazy 4th of July, and how I'm still trying to line this up properly. I'll know tomorrow when I can check the mail, and I can take care of the last of this official business. Double check on the net too and find out what's going on. Or they might pussyfoot on the delay, although it'll probably be funny. because I already got the extension. They gave me until the end of this month on their latest notice before this one. So go figure. God, I love the smell of fireworks. Now, this would be a greater place to do this video would be like down towards the university or at one of the other fireworks displays. I kind of got to clear off some space on the phone since I was making a blank sign video the other day before I managed to get my dang minimal government little weekly allowance they give me. So, and that's finally legit. It's not much. It's just literally cost of living. You know, compared to like some people I've ran into out there, you've seen on my videos too. Like I said, that's why the disclaimer is, you know, unless someone's defacing or was already involved in something directly against me, or perhaps the community at that point, you know, like misleading members of the community. Trust here. I was taking my sweet time doing the diagonal. Speaking of quantum mechanics, you ever wonder if there's a drift point between two different paths of motion? I think they call that spin. No, that's just a magnetic response to it or something. It's basically what it is. If it spins up or spins down, it's because of the way they're measuring it. So that's how they're measuring the spin. But then again, how do you know if you're not making the spin happen in the first place, you know that? But that's quantum mechanics for you. And at least you can demonstrate the active principle, the mechanics behind it. That's why I don't call it quantum physics, I call it quantum mechanics. Because we're basically looking at the natural responses of force interacting with force. So even if you take a sample, that's still a force interacting with another force. Which is, if you ask me personally, I think that's the reason that science has kind of become so stagnant. Like, they've made a lot of advances, in particular just by going back and rustling through their old research at this point. Because they've reached, you know, the mainstream science has reached this point where it's time to go back and take it with a new set of eyes and take a look through everything with a new understanding. That's known as artifact information. No, that's kind of like using that same terminology, like in my situation, being that even my FBI profile is compromised. That's basically all not archive. Anyway, same thing. A remnant, effectively. A relic, why did I wanted to say freaking anyway, articulation. Yeah, the blind slice, and I was doing some sound experiments out here. Now I'm doing some PR. How you like that? So I did the shush from just that wall there, and it bounced clear this far. Huh. You can hear it over traffic, just with a shush. And well, yeah, this strobe light of a light has been on my camera one too many times, if you ask me. Anyway,
What's up, Seb?
just the usual PR.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th, man. Merry Christmas and happy birthday to America, right? Like I said, I've been out there. I got cool neighbors too. But anyway, ain't what I'm about. It's about vouching, like I said, looking out for the people on that for being misled, you know. So now I can even like Like with my old phone, you could barely hear me unless I was like twice as loud as I am now. Yeah. Archive versus an artifact is the word I was looking for. Artifact. So yeah. This is basically, in my situation, I basically had no prior anything going on the books or anything. Hell, even unofficially, but I just can't believe it. I should have almost grabbed those just a little bit sooner. I've still got one I grabbed that someone probably thinks is weed. Actually, this one right here is probably going to be the best one for seeds. It's already along its way too. So, if I can at least get that going. Of course, it's funny. They're not rare, but they're not easy to find at the same time. They kind of is if you know where to look. They're like mushroom hunting, these types. That's why you'll see them growing across the highways and anywhere there's radioactive soil. Like I've said a couple times. That's why, in fact, if you smoke this stuff, it acts as a natural concentration and memory enhancer and focus. So, you know, while everyone else just thinks everything in the world you smoke is to get high on it. Well. And that's why I said this before. Being a registered medical marijuana caregiver, at this point, that's just to spearhead literally my organic medicine movement. It's like weed ain't the only plant that does stuff. Just saying. But in fact, almost all of our medicine comes from plants originally. And it's what was extracted with alchemical processes at the time. And that's where they had the humors even in bloodletting. The process of learning that stuff. I didn't, you know what, in my repeat of human history, just like I went from zero, closing my back, and of course my documents, you know, almost zero, effectively, and just started from the Stone Age, and started making everything my damn self. I didn't go through the same methods for medicine. In fact, I used more of a scientific approach that is not about theories or guesses and proving things. That's not science. If you can demonstrate the mechanics of something repeatedly and then isolate all the constants and variables and put it forth to use, that's between science and engineering. That's why normally people aren't both. They normally either are hardcore into the theories or hardcore into the actual tangible applications. And me, I don't bother with the theories, but I still have to compare notes, you know, check notes with one, you know, that kind of thing. Like if I make a discovery on my own, I go and look up and see if anyone else discovered it. That's simple. That's how my process has been like that. Then I get to find out what the rest of the world calls it at the same time. Meanwhile, the acoustics between these 2 points, that's why from my office here, I can hear clear over into their parking lot. I don't want to. I mean, my microphone, goddamn, hearing it. That's why I can't even barely do videos unless it's like 3 in the morning around here. So I'm going to try the Bluetooth headset next. Let's see if I get some better sound out of it. Yeah, you pretty much can hear. I even did a sound check from clear at the YMCA that's down here. Because the way the wall is angled, it bounces it right down the street. I bet there could be a kid there yelling at the wall right now, about 6-7 feet away from the wall. Now you can go 3 to 7 feet away from the wall, and you can shout against that wall, and I bet half of Warner's Corners could hear you. So meanwhile, with that double split experiment with sound waves like I was speaking of in the first beginning of this video here, that's what's happening at that point. It goes in between these trailers and just bounces back and forth like crazy. And so I get to hear literally the highway. And I can hear Speedway's gas pumps at 3 in the morning. If I was a crackhead like everyone else around here, I'd be like, tell Speedway to turn off their gas pumps. They're too loud. In fact, someone said that about AP's freaking sound on their gas pumps. You know, the little music stuff that happens there? Yeah. Because you could hear it across the whole... That's also why I used it as a good speaking spot. Because that's basically what I'm doing. I've been looking for a good speaking spot. Or at least. Keep forgetting the damn block the top. Now what's cool is ever since they built the shed over there, I've actually had reduced noise coming from that car wash. It's been actually a fucking blessing and a half. And never mind the fact that I'm literally right now pulling everything apart and reboxing it. Because basically the only thing that's clean right now is my kitchen, as I'm pulling the whole living room apart, reorganizing and getting ready for the move out. So never mind me, get a little bit of a sense of embarrassment there, because it's one of those times I would have been like, nope, not recording right now inside, and everything's freaking, well, you can see, well, my normal working space is at least all been reorganized, and their stuff's gonna have to be organized. And, okay, nice clean kitchen, everything else is nice. Everything else has been done, you know.